Seeing yourself on YouTube is terrifying. That's a video by Takes Teaches I just watched. Now this video is so good that I immediately have to share my thoughts about the whole topic. First of all, a message to Takes himself. This level of openness is really fucking awesome. You deserve a huge medal of courage for that video. I totally know that urge to edit my language before recording. For example, I feel very insecure concerning live streams. Despite having the knowledge that live streams would be such a great format to create music totally live. I know the struggle of overthinking what side or role of me do I want to share, how do I want to be seen? Not just on the internet, but in daily life. From time to time, I manage to break free from this overthinking. But it's not easy. What is actually helping me is feeling. When my body is tightening up and I feel my heart singing me a sad song of "Please listen to me," then I know it's time to go deep, to stay silent, and to listen. It also helps me to visualize different versions of myself, which all have different levels of authenticity. And then feeling into each version and realizing the scenario where I'm not thinking at all about how I'm perceived is the most relaxed. And it is the most fun and within the flow. Isn't it crazy that it's scary to go there? To that relaxed, fun and flowing state? But if we're looking outside and sometimes even inside, I think it's quite obvious that the world and we as a society are quite crazy. And one of my most favorite quotes of all time, which maybe goes back to Jiddu Krishnamurti, is, "It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society." But as we are brought up in this society, our minds are programmed with a belief system which worships inauthentic roles. And as we tend to fear anything which we are not used to, we will have to overcome our own protection system. Because our feeling of safety and wholeness is rooted in the wrong place. Not in truth, but in lies. Having to portray a certain role can feel unbearingly heavy and depressing. Now, the good thing is, this pain, any pain, can also be used as a driving force to break through the barriers of self-doubt and fears. We can use pain and suffering to awaken. As Jim Carrey said, depression is your body saying, "Fuck you, I don't want to be this character anymore. I don't want to hold up this avatar that you've created in the world." And then Jim Carrey is quoting Jeff Foster, who says that you should think of the word depressed as deep rest. Your body needs to be depressed. It needs deep rest from the character that you've been trying to play. Now, paradoxically, being fully yourself does not necessarily mean that we can't play a specific role or character in this world. To the contrary, being fully yourself enables you to play any role in your most authentic way, because it's you who plays it, after all. Conscious, joyful playing instead of the usual stressed playing of trying to be someone. Now that's quite a topic, right? There would be so much more to talk about, especially quotes from one of my favorite books, The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, which is incredibly powerful. But I will restrict myself to just one big quote right now. Everything you believe about yourself and the world, all the concepts and programming you have in your mind are all brain fog. We cannot see who we truly are. We cannot see that we are not free. This is why humans resist life. To be alive is the biggest fear humans have. Death is not the biggest fear we have. Our biggest fear is taking the risk to be alive. The risk to be alive and express what we really are. Just being ourselves is the biggest fear of humans. We have learned to live our life trying to satisfy other people's demands. We have learned to live by other people's points of view because of the fear of not being accepted and of not being good enough for someone else. Imagine living without the fear of loving and not being loved. You're no longer afraid of being rejected, and you don't have the need to be accepted. You can walk in the world with your heart completely open and not be afraid to be hurt. Imagine living your life without being afraid to take a risk and to explore life. You're not afraid to lose anything. You're not afraid to be alive in the world, and you're not afraid to die. Imagine that you love yourself just the way you are. You love your body just the way it is, and you love your emotions just as they are. You know that you are perfect just the way you are. The reason I ask you to imagine these things is because they are all entirely possible. You can live in the state of grace, the state of bliss, and only love has the ability to put you in that state. Okay, now, one more awesome quote by one of my favorite teachers, Ram Dass, to finish this video. You are loved just for being who you are, just for existing. You don't have to do anything to earn it. Your shortcomings, your lack of self-esteem, physical perfection, or social and economic success, none of that matters. No one can take this love away from you, and it will always be here. You know, that's because we are coming from love, and we will go back to love, and all what happens in between is like a constant game of remembrance. Oh, love is the only way. Yep. It is the only way. I thought something else, but no. Actually, it's love. Okay, so with this message, let's make some awesome music or whatever. So that's it for now. Have a nice day. Goodbye.